Alright guys, we're back here at the Aprilia showroom today, checking out the RS660. So they have one for test drive today. I'll be taking out this one, which is in acid gold. Looks beautiful. We're just going to get an explanation of some of the features on this bike.
Right now the bike is in individual riding mode. So I'll just change it to commute. If you want to change, there are three options. You just press this button once, dynamic, individual and commute. Don't put it on individual because it will remove the ABS and all that. Okay. So right now it is in commute, just change it dynamic.
It sounds good. Okay, where's the indicator here? Alright guys, so we're going to be heading out on the Aprilia. Now I'm not a very experienced rider. I've been riding for about 9 months now, but so there's going to be a relatively noob's perspective of the Aprilia. So I've got about half an hour with the bike. The first thing I can say is, whoa man, it feels so nice to be on a light bike. Ooh, brakes are solid. I'm just going to take it for a couple of rounds inside over here in Asakal, just so I get a feel for the acceleration. And I need to adjust these mirrors as well. Yeah, turning this bike is so much simpler than turning the Harley. Huge difference. Suspension over the speed breakers is nice. Yeah, it feels quite easy to ride, man. I haven't gotten out of first gear yet, so you know, it's nice smooth acceleration curve. Of course, when we take it out on the road, we'll accelerate a little bit. But yeah, maybe here you guys can see it in the mirror what I look like on the bike. And this feels super light, dude. So nice. Feels easy. And the seating position is quite comfortable. Like yes, there is some like pressure on my hands compared to the Harley. I honestly prefer the feel and the look of the mirrors in my Harley, because you can see a lot more. It's not bad, but it's not exactly great. Okay, we're heading out on the road. Let's see what this thing can do. Oh my god. Oh, it sounds amazing. Though I have very poor visibility at the back. Yeah, I'm just getting a little used to this foot position. I think we'll take a U-turn and rip this bike a little bit. Stuck in traffic over here. But man, so far from what I can tell, it sounds pretty amazing. And it's so much more nimbler than the Harley. You can just like flick it around. These mirrors though, man, not doing it for me. Like I don't feel like, I feel like I'm mostly seeing my arm in this instead of the road. And yeah, it doesn't feel the most solid. But I love the tank, man. The position, like your legs fit right under over here. I love this acid gold color though. It is beautiful. So this bike, you can see over here, it's only done 813 kilometers. So it's not a fully, you know, the engine is not fully worked in. The performance is not going to be the best. But so far, brakes are amazing. I barely felt the acceleration. When we get on this road over here, we'll try it out. This is definitely not as hot as my Harley though. Like my Harley, I can't leave it on. I have to put it off. We're waiting at the signal. Let me tell you some of the cool features this bike has. So it's got 3 different ride modes inbuilt. So just by hitting this button over here, I can change it. Right now we're in commute, which is the most docile version of this. It's quite easy to ride around on this, honestly. It feels less powerful than the Harley right now, so it's super easy to control it right now. We'll switch it into dynamic as well a bit later on and see what it can do. You can also completely customize the feel for it. You've got cruise control over here, so this You put it in cruise control over 60 kilometers per hour, it'll just ride itself. You can put your hands over here if you want, be more comfortable, not have to hold the throttle all the time. You got your horn. It's got an IMU inside it. That means it knows which direction it's tilting, and so that allows it to have wheelie control, ABS control, cornering ABS control. Lots of these cool like track level features which you'd see in like a $20,000-$30,000 bike, which is coming in this, you know, $10,000-$12,000 bike. In Dubai it's about $12,000, and it definitely looks badass. Sounds badass, and this is without any kind of exhaust system on it. Like, I can't imagine what it would sound like with a nice exhaust system. Okay, come on dude, signal. How long is it going to be? So one thing I'm feeling is this foot peg keeps coming up. It's not locked in, so every time I'm lifting my foot it's like coming off. Just taking that little turn, you know, on this bike compared to the Harley, what a huge difference. It's so much more nimble, so much more forgiving in the way that it handles, and the brakes, my god, they're so solid. So you can change the gears of this bike without hitting the clutch. So you'll see no clutch. It's in fourth. Super nice. You can do the same thing for upshifts also. Oh, that feels good, man. I really enjoyed this auto blip or quick shifter thing. Kind of feels like Tiptronic on your, you know, your automatic car. You have automatic, but you have a Tiptronic gearbox. That's what it feels like. It's doing the rev match for you automatically. Dude, this is really nice. Honestly, I could ride this for a while. Like, it's comfortable, man. And if you want to tuck in, oh, you feel the difference with the weight on the front, and you definitely feel the wind less in this bike because of the sparing. All the wind's going over my head. So like on the Harley, over 120 kilometers per hour, like the wind's hitting you too hard to really enjoy that bike. On this, the wind's kind of, if you're, even when I'm here and not tucked in all the way, I'm getting quite a lot of wind production. Okay, we're going to test it out now, and this signal hits green. The early impressions of just riding it now for like 10-15 minutes. The torque range is quite good, so you get power even in lower revs. Like the other sportier bikes that I've tried, like the Ducati Monster, in the low range they don't have much torque, you know, so you have to kind of push them to higher rev ranges. Now this does liven up when you hit like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 RPM, but it's not like dead at 3,000 RPM either, so it's nice. It's the best of both worlds. Oh, it's just a joy, man. What a joy in the corner. It just floats. Just where you want it. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, I think I might need some of the sports bike life, man. That is freaking sweet. Dude, and this bike, 120, you don't feel it. Okay? On the Harley at 120, you're like fighting the wind. It's not that the bike's not capable, it's just that the ergonomics of that bike make it so that you're like right in the middle of the wind. So after that point it gets a little uncomfortable. Maybe if I put a wind guard on the Harley it would be better, but this, the other thing that's very confidence inspiring is the handling, man. Like just being able to do something like that feels easy because the bike's light. Just feel you can glide on the road. But I do feel I can't see very far behind on this bike. Most of the view is blocked by my hand, which is super annoying. That sucks. On the Harley you can see so much. Oh, this bike sounds so good, man. Brilliant. Okay, I'll tell you something. Like, this bike doesn't have so much power that it's scaring me. It's like the right amount of power. And I'm not really pushing it too hard. I'm not like a speed demon. You know, I don't love like you know, I'm happy at like 100, 115, 120 kilometers per hour. I don't want more than that. Okay, a little bit of highway now. Yeah, see, this is so much more comfortable on the highway than the Harley. But yeah, there is like pressure on my wrist a little bit compared to the Harley. Here, like, my weight's kind of on my wrist. Yeah, but just the way the bike feels in the corners, man. It's like happiest in the corners. Like when you want to like turn this thing, that's when you feel the lightness of it, the agility. You know, what is this designed to do, like carve up corners, I feel. It's beautiful bike to ride. Yeah, but my wrists, I feel like if I was riding this for like an hour, my wrist would be hurting. Even in dynamic mode, you can comfortably ride this bike. And when you want the power, it's right there, like in the upper limits of the RPM. Suspension is also quite nice. Oh, it just wheelied over there slightly. Even though this does have wheelie control, actually I could feel the wheelie control come on. There's quite a lot of vibration in the mirrors. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that on the GoPro, but like when there's quite a bit of buzzing when I'm speeding up a little bit, so that causes the whole mirror to vibrate, and then like you can't see very clear. First of all, the mirrors are small, and like I need to tuck my arms in just to be able to see, and then the vibration is distorting it a little bit. So yeah, this mirror situation is not ideal for me. But apart from that, I love everything else about the bike. The ergonomics are nice. It's a little leaned over. There's a little bit of pressure on my wrists. But apart from that, I really like the bike. Honestly, this doesn't feel a whole lot more powerful. Like, it feels like 30% more powerful than the Harley. 20 to 30%, but not a huge thing. So my Harley is actually a higher cc than this, but this has about 35. Like, I haven't really pushed this thing at all. Like, honestly, like max I reached like 120 kilometers on this per hour. So I'm sure this is a lot more capable in the higher speed ranges, but in this speed range it feels maybe 15 to 20% faster. And another thing I used to always worry about riding different kinds of bikes, especially sports bikes. I thought they'd be like way too much power to handle, but it's not the case. They're fast if you want them to be. I don't know about the liter bikes, that might be a different story, but this doesn't feel insanely fast. It's a beautiful mosque, man. So the Aprilia, by the way, is much lower to sit than my Harley. Like, it's comfortable to sit like this, and there's a bit of a backrest where you can lean against, and there's a bit of play. The seat is super comfortable though. Very surprised. Like, I have a comfort seat on my Harley, which has got extra padding, and this also feels super comfortable. Like I could sit in this all day. But after riding this for a while, I don't know if I'm willing to spend like double the amount of what I paid for the Harley for this. So I'm gonna think about it. But honestly, I love the way it looks, and this would be like the machine to take to, you know, for a nice 1 hour ride to like Jebel Jais or something with the mountains, because that's what this thing is designed for. And if I ever decided to like start track racing, which I don't think is gonna happen, yeah, like taking this turn at 100 kilometers per hour is absolutely no problem. Like it's simple. You don't feel anything. On the Harley, I struggle to take it at like 60, just because of the weight of the bike. Like, you know, you don't feel, the bike wants to stand up, and this bike just wants to lean. Red line is there. Oh wow, dude. It wants to be written like this, you know. That's the difference between a sports bike. And there's so much grip on these tires, I must say. Like the tires feel solid on this. Overall thoughts, it's very comfortable. I was expecting the sports bike to like break my back. Not at all. It's quite comfortable. You're not too leaned over. You can sit upright. I'm 6 feet tall, easily flat footing the bike. In fact, comfortably sitting on the bike. This thing over here, love it. It helps you grip onto the bike with your legs, allowing you to get a bit more control. The tech is cool. I felt the wheelie control in the bike as well, because this bike will wheelie if you rev it really hard in first gear, so it's nice that they have that. And generally I feel it's quite like a beginner friendly bike, huh? It's not too bad. It's not like a Yamaha R6 or something that's gonna like want you to rev it till like 16,000 RPM. Even in dynamic, this thing is quite calm. It can be a hooligan if you want it to be. I think it's like a mix, you know. It's like a calm hooligan. Oh, the soundtrack, man. Fuck. The soundtrack is really nice. It's a beautiful, beautiful bike. Oh, now I'm feeling the heat, man. Like right near the seat. Oh, yeah, it's definitely getting hot. Man, this has got to be one of the most beautiful sports bikes I've seen. So beautiful. Just look at this design language, man. This like silver stripe that comes across, the powerful tank, these amazing LED headlights. Even the indicators are like LEDs integrated into this. Super cool. Even the back part is quite, you can move this up to here and get a tail tidy, but just love the way this looks, man. It's really nice. It's easy to ride, man. It's very, very smooth.
Yes.
And the torque curve is like throughout the whole, even at low torque, it's low rev range is really nice. I tried it in dynamic also. Yeah, I couldn't go too far, right? You said bring it back by 6:15. But I got enough time with it. Cool, man. Thank you. Back on the Harley. This bike's a lot louder. Honestly, I'm happy with the Harley, man. It's freaking beautiful bike as well. It's a bit more comfortable on your arms, especially because this has the handle riser. I don't know, man, I'm conflicted. The Harley's cool too, so or maybe I'll check out some other bikes as well before I make a decision. I do want to check out the Yamaha R7 as well, see how that is, because that bike is like 25% cheaper than the Aprilia. I don't like the way it looks as much, but I haven't seen one in real life, and I don't think they've launched it in Dubai yet, so maybe we'll go check that out too before I make a decision. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.